I'm Anna, and I'm an actress and a model and a singer, but I'm trying to make my first feature film and star in more TV shows.
My name is Simo Zochitondo, but most people call me Simo. I'm an actor as well, and I started acting this year actually. I keep myself busy with different hobbies like art and music, but yeah, right now I'm just aiming to be on more professional sets. So I really hope that works out.
That's a really tough question because I was a singer since I was 8, so like literally we would just like sing, like everybody would be like, "Oh, you have to sing in like a family party or something like that." But for acting, it's like a whole different story. I did a pageant like Miss Canada when I was 2000, like in 2014, and they told us to go to like acting classes, and then I just like became interested in when I went to like acting classes, and then I went to Vancouver Film School, then I went to like New York Film Academy, and just wanted to know more about acting.
I um I really like always appreciated like stories. Um, the best friend that I still have now, I met him when I was 9, and the reason that we were friends is because we both really loved this one TV show that everyone else hated. And so yeah, I don't know. I just find it like really incredible how people's passion for like stories and different characters that they relate to, it can connect people. So that was something that always kind of intrigued me, and that's why I started illustrating my own stories. But then when I came to Toronto and I started going to an acting school, then I found it really interesting and really engaging because you have to be that character and that lens through which the audience has to relate. So yeah, I just find it really incredible. So Anna, um, you and I met at the Paradise Theater, right during Avon Jojo and Sarah Wade's Glass's workshop, right?
Is that how you say his name, Evan Jojo? I thought it's
Yes.
Evan Jogio.
Oh, okay.
I don't
Well,
know. You
I
know,
guess
you
we
know
have
way
different
better.
pronunciations.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's obviously how we met. But how did you hear about it? Like, what brought you to that specific place and time?
I just had an email, honestly,
Oh, okay. That's
and it
cool.
was about the Future of Film Festival. And I just went to a producers meeting, and then I saw the Rising Star event, and then I just signed up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
What do you think about your agent, or what do you expect from your agent, or anything like that?
Um, I think of an agent kind of like a sports coach because like no matter how good the coach is, they can be like as passionate and say you have to work on this and this and this. But if the player isn't like exercising and like training and everything, they're just gonna end up like not being good. Doesn't matter how passionate the coach is. So I think it's the same with an agent. I was very happy that I was able to get an agent through a showcase that I had at the start of June. But the thing is, I'm not expecting him to do all the work. He sent me the first audition since registering with me like 2 nights ago. So since then, it's just been me looking for my own roles. And the thing is, I know that as an agent, he probably wants me to be able to actually find my own roles. Um, and one thing that has, been clear to me is that it's important that, you know, as an actor, you have to stay active within the community.
Like,
Um,
what do you mean by that?
like going to different workshops and like networking with other actors and everything. Because
Oh,
if
okay.
you're like, yeah, like if you're in the industry and you're also going to these workshops and you're seeing the different actors that are always there and constantly going, you're gonna say, okay, you know what? He, she, they really care about
Oh,
acting.
like that.
Yeah, they really take it seriously. So, yeah, in terms of where I hope to go with it, my ultimate hope is to be in a feature film because who doesn't want to be in a feature film? But yeah, for now, I would like to just consistently work on professional sets because it's mostly been working with film school students, and it's been great. But it is kind of a toss up about how much the director's gonna care about the project. So
Okay. You
yeah,
mean as terms of publicity or stuff like that, or
yeah. Also in terms
getting
of
your movie
publicity,
out there, right?
yeah, and like just getting exposure and everything.
Yeah, this is very important, like
Yeah,
for the exposure. Yeah, definitely. Sometimes you work on a project for hours, and then you're like, oh, what happened? It's happened to me so many times. We were shooting this Rocky movie in LA, and I was playing like the villain character. Anyways, doesn't matter. Like you saw Rocky Balboa. They did a remake in film school, and I was playing like the wife of the Russian guy. And I don't know. Anyways, what happened was we never saw the movie. We never like it was just we worked on it for like 10 hours and we didn't even see it. Like I feel it's so important to like have a crew that takes it seriously, like especially the exposure and everything. It's so important.
I am curious, what's the worst experience and what's the best experience you've had, like since like you
For
started?
acting,
Yeah.
honestly, when I started acting in LA, it was so tough for me. Like I got into like weird party scenes because I was like a party girl in the past. Like, cause I kind of like grew up in Dubai and like everything is about a party over there or something. So I didn't know much about acting when I just started acting in LA, and I was just like, oh, I have to be like, it was weird. Like I just had a bad experience with these student parties. And actually, I'm writing a scene about a student party, and I kind of got sick of whatever happened in that party. Maybe like I was drugged or something. I don't know.
Yikes.
Yeah, like it's a very normal, common thing in acting that you might get drugged. So I think it's very important to like be very careful, like especially in student parties or anything, because they don't care. They just want to get like messed up, and I think that was the worst experience that I had in acting for, and then I just kind of like didn't even go to any party at all, which I don't think that I should have blocked myself from, my public life or something like that. And my best experience in acting was a short film that I did, and the director was from UCLA, and it was about it was called Locked Inside, and it won like multiple awards in LA. It was about a character that is like locked inside the house, and um because of her like relationship, and it's just it's just a fun project that I always go back to and like send the link to like casting directors or whatever. It kind of like had a good experience on that film. How about yourself?
Um, well, first of all, I'm glad that you had a good experience. With my experiences, I mean, there's not much because I only started taking acting seriously like in February
Oh,
of this year. So I'd say that, but so far, worst experience is when there was a film school student I was working with. He didn't tell me, he sent the script, he didn't tell me who I was meant to be playing until like the night before we were shooting. And he didn't tell me where we were going to be either. So the day that we met up and everything, he tried sneaking me, we met at his campus, he tried sneaking me past the security. That didn't work out. And we got kicked out. And we had to shoot a dialogue scene in noisy downtown Toronto on Yonge Street. So we had to like end up looking for like a park area. And it was very, very hot out. So everyone was like carrying all this gear and everything. And everyone was like really grumpy. Um, and yeah, he didn't really give us clear dialogue as well. So that was an experience.
oh,
But
okay.
yeah, at least now I know not to work with them.
Yeah, at least you didn't get drugged or anything like
Oh
that.
yeah, no,
Yeah,
it's I slightly
because
prefer it over
that's
being
like
drugged.
a
Yeah, you know how it
yeah.
is. So yeah, I'd say that that was probably the worst, but it's something I can look back and laugh about. So that's cool. Best experience, there was was probably working on a short film with again a film school student, and it was just like us like kidnapping this girl. It was pretty generic stuff like kidnapping a girl and we're trying to kill her.
Oh, you're trying to kill the girl in the
Yeah.
movie? Like this is a real movie? Oh my
um
god, I gotta watch that. So why were you trying to kidnap her? You're trying to kill her?
for
Oh,
like a cult sacrifice. You're all wearing like these little hoods.
oh okay.
Yeah. At first I was confused because I put the hood on and I thought I was like Red Riding Hood, but then I was apparently wearing it inside out. So that was something. Yeah. No, it was just a great experience because everything was like well organized. Everyone knew what they were doing, and it was very clearly like well planned. You know, the opposite of that other experience
Yeah.
that I had.
My top three actors right now is so weird. Like I have a weird selection. Is Jacob Elordi, Zac Efron, Leonardo DiCaprio, and I just really feel connected to their acting. I don't know why. And I like my top actresses are right now is I don't know like I just wake up. I'm gonna tell you this secret. I don't know if you know about TikTok. Like you can see the most. Did you ever try that option that you see the most recent posts of the celebrities? It's actually a really cool feature. Like you just if you just put their name in, their hashtag, and then you just press. There's a couple of buttons you have to press, and then you go like on their recent posts. So I really like their TikTok videos. Like I like Alexa Demi's TikTok videos. Um, she's a really funny character, I think, and obviously I like Angelina Jolie, but my favorite actress right now is like Emma Stone, and I really love her last two movies, even though that I think it was like so high budget. Like I watched this movie, Kinds of Kindness. Did you watch that one? It was I think they were like it was so high budget when it started, and I feel they just went down. Like I don't know if that was these like supposed to be the style of the movie, but I really liked how it began, and I loved the script, and I watched like all their cans interviews. I think it was interesting to watch.
Um, so I also have a top three. Well, not a top three, but it's three actors. So they are David Desmalkian, Jonathan Majors, and Robert Downey Jr. So Jonathan Majors, because I actually haven't seen Creed 3. I know a lot of people praise the performance in that, but I haven't seen it still.
Yeah, I
Um,
watched it.
I should watch it. Yeah, I'm an uncultured swine. What can I say? But yeah, I've seen him in this show that I watched, Loki, in season two, specifically because he plays basically different versions of the same character, and every single version of the character feels distinct from the other one, and they all like feel like they have their own personalities and mannerisms, and I just thought that it was so amazing how he was able to capture that. Um, yeah, with Robert Downey Jr., I'd say that there is a certain vulnerability in all of his performances. Like, if his character is upset about something at the start of a film, throughout the film, like, no matter what scene he's doing, you can kind of tell that he's still thinking about that thing that happened, or he's still thinking about that thing that he wants. And also the believability, I think it's very good because I've never watched a Robert Downey Jr. film and been like, people don't speak like that, or I wouldn't do that, or something like that. I just think he's very believable, and I really do appreciate like again that vulnerability in his performance. I think it's really impressive. Um, David Desmalkian, I'd say that he's very good at acting with his eyes in what I've seen. I'd say that probably my favorite performance of his would be in Prisoners with Jake Gyllenhaal and Hugh Jackman. I thought that he did an amazing performance there. Although his character did get killed off pretty quickly, I thought that while he was on screen, he did a great job. And yeah, just like nailing that like mentally unwell look. It's something that I imagine is very, very hard to do as an actor. As well as in his personal life, because I actually meant to attend he was doing like a book signing because he also illustrates comic books. And I also illustrate comic books. So that was, inspiring to know that he's able to be in the acting world and still pursue his other hobbies. So, yeah, honestly, that's kind of what I aim for as well. Because, like, to be able to put stuff out into the world and portray these different characters while also experiencing it, it's just amazing.
What do you think about like budgeting in film? Do you think like there should be more support for like budgets for like artists or like filmmakers, or do you think it's okay?
Uh, I think it's kind of a crazy situation, to be honest with you, because I've seen this weird thing where it's like the higher budget something is, then like the lower its box office returns. Or
Really?
rather,
Like which one?
okay, maybe that was the wrong way to say it. I'd rather say that like, because obviously if you have a high budget, box office flops only happen when you don't get at least like a 1.5 of what you used to shoot the movie. So obviously the more money you use, it's harder to get a return.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd say the like most glaring example I can think of is the Marvels. I remember that like it came out and everything, and it had like a really really high budget, and it didn't get the box office returns that it was looking for. Um, and
What do you consider a high budget movie? Like how much?
a high budget movie